Good morning, y'all. Today is Thursday. Um, yes, I just wanted to give y'all a realistic look into my life as a married but living alone woman for now. If you don't know, my husband does drive trucks, so he is on the road a lot of the times. So I just wanted to give y'all a realistic day in the life of what it looks like for me as a married woman that lives alone. And like I said, today is Thursday, so I am actually working. I work from home, so this is just me. The alarm clock has gone off, and my schedule just recently changed, so I have to be at work a little bit earlier. And oh my gosh, it is such a struggle to get up out of the bed, as y'all can see. Um, I just didn't want to get up, and most days I just don't want to get up. But once I'm up, I'm good to go. The hardest part is actually getting up. But yeah, this is me. Um, The bed just didn't want to let me go, y'all. I tried. And even Millie has become a dog that is not a morning dog. She looks at me like I am crazy in the morning when I come to her with that harness so that I can take her outside. She's like, I just know you're not ready to take me out because I don't know who you think going out, but it's not about to be me. So she will literally not even go out in the morning. So I have to wait until like 12 to take her out because she will not go out. I guess Millie even says it's just a little too early for her. But anyway, I have finally gotten up out of the bed, y'all. I made it into the bathroom. Gonna do my quick little morning routine, wash my face, brush my teeth, and all those things like that. I know you probably don't see this, but I do wash my face with just a rag first. And then I go in and actually use my skin cleanser or whatever the stuff is. And then I clean it like that as well. Don't ask me why. I just do it that way. Have the slightest idea. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just something I do. So that's that, y'all. But yeah, my like I said, my work schedule recently changed and I absolutely love it. I feel like I get so much more accomplished just in life in general. And I don't feel like I'm just so tired all the time. Um, for me, I think I get a lot more done working longer shifts than I do in the typical 8 hours. Especially with the work I do because working from home, you're in different time zones and things like that. So it's kind of difficult to reach people. And so it's just like I don't always get as much done that I would like to do. But with my new schedule, I seem to get so much more done. And I just feel like I have such a good time outside of work now because I feel like I do have time to actually rest and regroup for work, and things like that. I don't feel like I'm just constantly tired, from working and just having 2 days off, the Saturday and the Sunday, because typically that just goes by so fast. It just seems like you have one actual day off from work. So I'm just really, really grateful that I have a new work schedule and I hope it sticks because I'm just loving it so far. It's making me so much more productive in work and in just life in general. I feel like I can meal prep more, even though I absolutely hate meal prepping, but I feel like I can do that a little bit more. And I don't feel like I'm just not eating. Cause sometimes I would be so tired from work that I just wouldn't eat. I don't eat a lot anyway, but sometimes I'll be just so tired when I got out of work that I just wouldn't worry about eating. So I feel like I am able to do a little more meal prepping and kind of just take care of me health wise also. So it's all working out just the way it should. Um, but anyway, yeah, I have already got my skincare and stuff done, as you can see. Now comes the making up the bed part. I really don't take I really don't take too long to make up the bed because I just, like I say, it's just me right now. Um, and I don't sleep too terrible. So it's not a lot that I have to do to when it comes to making up the bed. As you can see, I just flip that sheet back, straighten it out a little bit, um, throw that cover back, and call it a day, y'all. I just don't take forever to make up a bed. I have just a few pillows. I don't have 100 pillows like a lot of people have. I have a few, and I feel like the amount that I have is pretty sufficient. I like it. It gives me the look that I'm going for. So I like it, and it just doesn't take me forever to make up the bed, which I like because I genuinely don't like making up a bed. But I cannot stand to not have my bed made up. It just makes my room look so put together, and then it just makes me feel like my day is just not gonna go well because I just like stuff just to look a certain way. I'm pretty much, you know, I don't know, OCD or whatever, but I just like stuff to be a certain way. um but anyway, now it's time for me to go in and make my protein drink for the morning. I used to do that Premier Protein, the almond milk kind, with that was coffee flavored. Then I saw some Starbucks protein drink at a Sam's Club one day, so I decided to try that, and it was horrible. Then I went to Target this past weekend, and I happened to see this protein stuff in the store. I had seen it on Amazon, and it was like $60 on Amazon. I was like, I'm not paying $60 for that little pouch of protein stuff. So then I saw it in Target for $30, and I got it out of Target, and I decided to try it. It's the butter coffee flavor. It's really, really good. I'm not a big fan of protein mix and protein powders simply because they're typically too gritty or too thick. This right here is just perfect. I mix it with my almond milk. It's not gritty, it's not thick, it's just like the perfect texture. So it's easy for me to digest, and it tastes just like a shot of espresso. It's not sweet at all. It literally tastes like you're drinking espresso. And if you know me, you know I love espresso. So this was a win for me. So that's just me mixing it up, and it is so good, y'all. You definitely have to try it. It is the um Flav City protein powder smoothie, something like that. Anyway, it's really good. Get it from Target. It's like $30. Amazon has it for $60. They do have other flavors, but I'm not big on flavors. I really only like coffee flavored stuff when it comes to protein and stuff like that. So that's just always gonna be my go-to. But I definitely recommend, if you like protein powders and protein drinks and stuff like that, I definitely recommend getting that Flav City brand. It does have 25 grams of protein per scoop, and the scoops are a pretty nice size. So you do get a good amount of protein in your smoothie, and it is also filling. Like I feel full for quite a while. So it's definitely worth it. So I definitely recommend it. And here I am, y'all. I am finally getting ready to start work for the day. I do put my computers and things in my closet because when I get out work, I don't want to have work on the mind. I don't want to see work. And granted, I have a wonderful job. It's not stressful. It's not any of that. But when I'm off work, I don't want to see work. I want to be able to detach from work. So I have decided to put this stuff in the closet. It works out perfectly fine for me. Um, so yeah, and then I have to plug up my heater because I am always cold. So I have to plug up my heater so that I can have that by my feet going at all times. And then I'm about to just get started. I'm logging into the computer systems and things like that. I'm just blurring it out just for privacy purposes. There's nothing really on it, but just for privacy purposes, I do just feel it's best to keep that part blurred out. And yeah, so now I am officially getting to it, y'all. I come in the morning times. Mornings are so busy because I have so many emails from the night before, and it seems like no matter how many times I respond to emails, I get emails all day long. Emails or text messages all day long. And it's totally fine because I really don't mind responding to those. I would rather do that than talk on the phone. So if that's what they prefer, then hey, the win is a win. But this is just me doing this. As y'all can see, I am just my little setup is so just cluttered looking. It looks cluttered, but it's not cluttered. I promise you it's not cluttered because if you know me, you know I don't do clutter. I don't do stuff that's not organized. So it's actually put together. It's just, I guess, the space that I have, it just makes everything look kind of cluttered, but it's not cluttered. I'm just like I said, I'm just going through those emails just reading those emails, replying to emails and things like that before I actually get into work for the day. And I do work from home. As you can see, I work for an online nursing college. Love it, love it, love it. My job is really amazing, y'all. I brag about my job all the time to people because it's really like a place I've never worked at before. Like the culture, the people, like, you feel and you honestly know that the people genuinely care for you. You know how some jobs say, we're there for you. You can tell us how you feel about things. If something's wrong, let us know and things like that. And then you let them know this stuff, something is bothering you. And then it's like, oh, you're the bad person. So it's like you get the cold shoulder and nothing's the same after you usually voice your opinions. But here at my job, it is welcome. Like just being honest about how you feel is welcome. You're not mistreated, you're not ostracized, anything like that for just voicing your opinions. And as long as you're respectful, you also have to keep that in mind. You have to be respectful in all things. So, it's okay with my job. I have noticed that it's okay to voice your opinions. They really do care about you as an individual, not just as an employee or a collaborator. They genuinely care about you as an individual, and they care about your life, outside of work. And I can honestly say I have never worked for anybody that actually cares about you as a person and not just another employee or something like that. But this job, they genuinely care. And I just have never worked for anywhere like this before. Like, really, I've never. And I have worked in quite a few sectors. Most of it has been in the healthcare, and then like I would do like part-time jobs at retail stores like that just after I got off my real job and things like that. But I have not worked for any company like my current company, and I can say it has truly been such a blessing, a stress reliever for me. Just not feeling like everything is on the line all the time. So I genuinely love my job and I'm so grateful for my job, y'all. But yeah, I'm just going to continue on with these emails. As you can see, and my husband has done his morning FaceTime call. That's generally what we do. Before I start actually getting busy with work, I'll give him about an hour of my time when I first come in because we just don't get to talk very often because, well, I'm not gonna say we don't get to talk very often. I really just don't be feeling like talking actually when I'm off work. Like I said, my work schedule has recently changed. So I get off later than I used to get off, which is not a big deal. But I am the type of person, I have like a schedule. Like I have to stick to a schedule. So when I'm off work, I have a routine that I like to stick to. So it's kind of like, I don't talk to him as much as I used to before my schedule changed because of my routine and then me trying to make sure I get adequate amount of sleep. Because if you know me, you also know I don't play about my sleep. I have to get all of my hours of sleep. So gosh, I got tongue tied. I couldn't even say what I was going to say. But I for real count how many hours of sleep I'm gonna get. Like I do not play when it comes to sleep. I count my hours to make sure I'm gonna get enough hours to where I feel like I'm gonna be rested and able to actually perform well the next day. So I be having that routine after work, and so it kind of like not gives him as much time anymore. But we make it work. Like I said, we make it work. Because he does drive truck, so we have to do. But the good news is this living alone while married is coming to an end really, really soon. Thank God for that. Um, there will be an adjustment because like I said, I've always been by myself. Um, we've never actually lived together full time because like I say, he does drive trucks, so he's on the road a good bit of the time. So we've never just actually lived together for real full time. So that's gonna be an adjustment, but it's pretty cool because whenever he is home, we don't have any issues, anything like that. And I always have so much fun because we're always doing stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. But what I will say, y'all, when it comes to like not being home with your spouse every day, you have to make things work. So what we do, we have little games that we play. Like I have card games, so we'll do things like that. On FaceTime, play little card games. Um, do little stuff like that just to kind of, still be like communicative with each other. Um, and just being honest and stuff like that with each other. So we do stuff like that. And of course just have regular conversations. But we have to just make it work. We do what we have to do. I have like these different games other than card games. There's some other games that we can play that are not card games that I use. That we can play while on FaceTime, which is really fun, y'all. So we just make it work the best way we can. But like I say, this living alone while married is coming to an end really soon. So I'm so, so grateful to God for that. And I can't wait to see how it all works out. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be so fun, y'all, because I love playing games. I love doing all this type of stuff. He likes playing games too. He's competitive, but I always win. Like I tell him all the time, I beat you in everything. Like I'm such a winner. And he's like, we going back to what's it? Where is it? We went to. I know we went to Top Golf. He did beat me in Top Golf because I just couldn't get the hang of Top Golf. I just wasn't kind of understanding how to get that ball and that club and stuff, together. So he did beat me in Top Golf, but everything else, I always whoop me. We go to Dave and Buster's. I always whoop him in all the games. So um, he's excited about that because he thinks he's gonna redeem himself when he gets home. We go back out to play some games and do some different things. He thinks he's gonna redeem himself, but I'm like, good luck, buddy. Oh, and as y'all can see, that's some of the cards that we use right there on the counter. I don't know if y'all can see that box, but that's one of the things that we do. One of the cards that we use to kind of play next questions. I have those black card revoke cards. We do a lot of those and stuff like that. So we make it work, y'all. It's not as bad as it can be, and it's not as bad as it seems. Um, but anyway, I finally got to a point where I could take a break from work, and here it is like two something, and I'm finally coming in to fix me some lunch. Um, I usually eat the same thing for lunch every day, and that is going to be some shrimp. I just put it in the air fryer and let it do what it do. And then I also still had some leftover like I don't know what you call it, but it was just cucumbers, cut up tomatoes, and cut up red onions, mixed in red wine vinegar and avocado oil with a little salt and pepper. I had some of that leftovers, so I did eat that along with my shrimp. And I have been eating that for lunch every day. Like I said, I usually eat shrimp every day for lunch anyway, but I had some of that leftover cucumber tomato mix that I had. So I'm also gonna eat some of that with my shrimp. And that's just pretty much what I eat for lunch um in a day. I don't eat too much, y'all. I really don't. Um My biggest problem when it comes to food is like bread and carbs and things like that. So I try not to eat those things. I'm not a big meat fan at all. Bread is my weakness. So I do not really buy bread. The last time I had some bread was when my family came and visited last month. And I fixed some fish and some breakfast and stuff like that. That was like the last time I really just had bread because I don't even buy bread really because like I said, I don't really eat it anymore because I know that's something that I just overconsume and I know it's not good for me. So I just rather not buy it than to have it in the house and then don't have self control when it comes to actually not eating it. So I don't actually buy bread. But that is the real reason why I look like a blowfish, y'all, because the bread and the carbs always get me. But I'm working really hard trying to clean up my diet because at one point I did lose a lot of weight and then I gained like 30 pounds when we moved to Texas. So I have lost like 20 of those 30 pounds that I've gained. And I have like 15 more to go. I say 15 because I want to go a little bit above my first goal weight. So I have like 15 more pounds to lose. When it comes to my weight. And honestly, y'all, I noticed the bulk of my weight is like in my back. Like if I could figure out how to get my weight from back there, it wouldn't be so bad because nothing else is really just big on me. It's my weight is right there in my back. And I don't know how to get rid of it. Well, I do know how to get rid of it because like I said, I've lost weight before. I have to get back into doing my strength training. I have not had the wherewithal or something to do that anymore. Like when I go to the fitness center, I find myself getting on the treadmill, doing miles on the treadmill, or just being out in the neighborhood walking. And I have never been a treadmill girl at all. But for some reason, I have found that the treadmill is what I'm drawn to for some reason. But I know that the strength training is actually what helped me get my weight off previously so fast. So I've got to get back into that. I think part of the reason why I don't really do too much of the strength training is because my shoulder hurts. Like my right shoulder is hurting for some reason and I don't want to make it worse. So I kind of am scared to do some strength training, but I know that's what works. So that's probably why I have not just done as much strength training as I have done in the past. But I know that definitely works. So if you're looking to shed some weight real fast, do strength training. Like you're not gonna look like the Hulk or anything like that, but it will help you get your weight off pretty quickly. Um, but y'all, as you see, this is my lunch. It is just air fried shrimp and my cucumber mix. It is so good, y'all. You'd have to try it if you haven't. But anyway, thank y'all for watching this vlog. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.